Bread, the staple of mankind. That's what we're making today. As you can see, this is a very special type of bread. It's actually a cake. So I want to thank you guys for returning to the channel because today we're going to be making a marble cake. So let's get started with it. So the first thing we're going to do is add 1/3 cup of unsalted butter. Next we're going to add 3 eggs and 1 cup of sugar. Now we'll go ahead and use a hand mixer and whisk all of that together until it's incorporated, and it should look something like this. Now we'll add 3/4 cup of milk. We're using whole milk for our recipe. And about 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I was just eyeballing it right there. Once again, go ahead and whisk it together until it is incorporated. Now in a separate bowl, we'll go ahead and add 2 cups of sieved all-purpose flour, and we're just going to go ahead and add 2 teaspoons of baking powder to it, and we are going ahead and sieving it as well right into the flour. Add about a pinch of salt in there as well. Go ahead and give it a light whisk until everything is incorporated together. Now we'll take our batter and we'll go ahead and add the dry ingredients to it. I like to add it like this so that it's just not on one pile on top, so it will be easier to mix with the whisk. Carefully using a whisk so you don't spill the flour. Incorporate the flour and the batter together well until all the flour disappears, and it should look something like this at the very end, and you'll get a very nice silky looking batter. Now in a separate bowl, go ahead and scoop out a couple of spoons of the batter. We're gonna go ahead and be making the chocolate portion that makes this cake marble. In that bowl, you'll go ahead and add a couple spoons of cocoa powder. We're using Hershey's cocoa. You have to be careful with how much you use because the cocoa can dry out the batter very quickly. Whisk together the batter and the chocolate cocoa together until they're well incorporated. It is a little dry, it will take a minute for it to incorporate, but when it does, you will have a very rich chocolatey color. Now take a pan, we're using this bread pan that we lined with butter and parchment paper, and go ahead and scoop out part of the batter into it and flatten it with a spatula. Don't add all the batter right away. We're gonna go ahead and alternate with the chocolate batter. When you add the chocolate batter, try to be a little creative with it. We're just plopping it down in random places, trying to be a little bit unique in how we spread it out. Once you have spread out the batter just like that, we're gonna take a toothpick and we're just gonna run the toothpick through the chocolate until we get a pretty cool looking design that looks something like this. Now go ahead and pour out the rest of the batter, and we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing and spread it pretty flat. You don't want to use the skewer to really mess with this right now. We do have a little bit of leftover chocolate batter, which we'll just line the top with and make a very cool design, which you'll see in a minute. Similar to the previous chocolate layer, we're going to go ahead and just scoop out the chocolate, try to make a very unique looking design when we spread it on top, and of course when we take our skewer slash toothpick, we will go ahead and just run the toothpick through it and make a very cool design pattern, which you see here. So this is how it looks before we put it in the oven. So you want to put it at about 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 170 degrees Celsius for about 30 to 35 minutes. But if you feel like you need more time, go ahead and put it until the center runs clean with a toothpick. So this is what it looked like when it came out of the oven. As you can see, we did several poke tests to make sure it was well cooked and the toothpick ran clean. Go ahead and carefully take it out of the pan and let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes until it's completely cool, so that when you cut it, you get very beautiful looking slices. So this is how it looked when it came out of the oven and it's completely cooled. You can see all the patterns we made into the chocolate. So let's go ahead and cut a slice out of it. So we'll start with the end piece, of course, and it's crispy. As you can see, it's a very soft interior once you get a cross section there. Yep, there you go, the chocolate's in there. Once we take a closer look at it, you can see all the little crumbs inside, and the chocolate swirl is very defined in there. And yeah, there's nothing much to say about perfection. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a good one. Take care, and don't forget to check out our other videos that we have right before you. So check those out. Have a good one.